What is the most powerful early weapon in Brotato? Now, depending on what character you play, this differs a lot, okay? But in my opinion, it's definitely the Slingshot because you had multiple enemies, it's very easy to scale it up, it gives you HP so you can do more risky things, and it bounces, okay? The amazing part are the bounces. Now, this character here has 2 additional projectiles, but doesn't start off with the Slingshot. And after playing him, I was like, man, Dex, I really want to play a run with the Slingshot, and this is what we are doing here. Now, an additional thing that you need to know about the character, in case you haven't watched the first video, where I just, try to beat the game with him, you need to get tier 1 items, different ones, because every single time you get 2% bonus damage and you start at negative 80% damage. And also, all the damage multipliers are reduced by 80%. So if you get plus 10%, it's only plus 2%. If you enjoy the content and want to support the channel for free, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. So what is so special about this video that I want to do it right now and not play all the characters first? Well, this was kind of insane. Not only was it a quite interesting run, the things that happened, but usually when you do something with a plan in mind, then there is one stage of the game that is difficult. Let it be the early game until you get the things that you need, or the mid game until you, like when the enemies ramp up, but you don't have the scaling yet, or it's the late game. And in this run, there was not a single moment where it was difficult. In fact, I was super greedy. Like, if you watch my videos often, especially those videos where I try to go for certain things, there are often things that happen where I say, okay, I shouldn't take this, but I'll take it. And in this case here, I played this on my own. By the way, the 12%, I think it's worth it, even though it's divided by 5, so only 2.4%. But that's like, buying an item. But yeah, all in all, we have low damage, we have a lot of amount, like a lot of projectiles, and we just want to build up the slingshots. They're already at 3 damage, which is quite a lot. We can easily deal with the enemies, including trees, very important because we need additional items out of those. Like, items early on are very expensive, and on this character it's kind of important that you get random item drops, that you can just have some stuff that you wouldn't buy otherwise because you want to focus on weapons. Now, my strategy in general with this character is not to buy all too many items. I lock those that are super duper good, like incredibly good, but aside from this, I just really want to focus on... Do we get this dude? I don't think we get this dude, right? Yeah, we don't get this dude. I just want to focus on weapons, I think that's actually more important, and the rest just comes naturally. As you may have noticed, I was playing this another time, and now I'm doing post-commentary because I was concentrating on the game. And yeah, I just start removing things that I really don't think are so important, like the dynamite. We just want to focus on getting good weapons, getting the slingshots up to purple levels, because, okay, you have to understand, we have plus 2 projectiles, right? And they can pierce. So in an optimal case, with a normal slingshot, you hit 2 enemies, like the first one, then it bounces, but then there's also the pierce, which deals reduced damage, but this means you can deal with masses of enemies super easily. But once you start upgrading the slingshot, every single time you upgrade it, it bounces 1 more time. So on the highest level, I think it bounces, what is it, blue, purple, red, right? It bounces 4 times in total, right? Yeah, the first level is 1, then 2, 3, 4. Then you have the piercing, then you have the main hit to begin with, and you shoot 3 times the shots, okay? So not only when you have a red one does it shoot 3 bullets out, but each of those bounce 4 times. So you have a total hit of, is it 15? It hits 3 times and then it bounces 4 times. Yeah, it's 15. Isn't it insane? Huh? With a single weapon? And the damage scaling on this weapon is so good. It's 80% of your ranged damage, which means that you can easily ramp it up if you just get a little bit of damage. Most good weapons have a 1-to-1 scaling. Then there are those weapons that have a higher scaling, like 200%, 300%, 400%, but usually they have really slow attack speed. And the slingshot is a little bit in... I would say in an area where it attacks fast enough to clear masses, like if there are just many but weak enemies, but it also has enough damage that the enemies are not just walking towards you and you have to gamble whether you hit them or not, It's strong enough to nuke them. If you have 6 slingshots and there's a tanky enemy, they will get wiped. But did you notice that? Like, so far, it was relatively easy. There are times where I do get hit, but most of the times I just walk into the enemies to collect material. Like, the biggest issue with the slingshots is actually collecting the material. projectile, you know, and those were two top tier items. Like the first one that gave us 7% bonus damage, gave us only 1.4%, but hey, we don't really need HP here, right? And yeah, we just continue collecting all the items and upgrading the slingshots. Here I kind of forgot that the ballers are around, though they shouldn't even matter all too much. Like I don't remember everything about the run. Okay, there will be surprises in here, but I just mainly want to share my thoughts and how it went and show you off how ridiculously easy this run was. Keep in mind, this is danger level 5, where more enemies spawn, harder enemies, they have 40% bonus HP, they have more damage and everything, and this looks like a run on danger 0, okay? It's like... like, I mean, it makes sense. If you give a character +2 projectiles, isn't it kind of insane? I think the character would have been even fine, but look at this, how this dude gets nuked. Do you see that? Wave 7 is usually a killer wave, but I'm so concerned, and he's like, yeah, whatever. My projectiles either way bounce to other enemies. I don't care what you're doing. Yeah, attack speed is very important, as well as range damage. Those are my focus points. So just in general, we want to upgrade the slingshots. We want range damage, we want attack speed, percent damage if we get really high rolls. We don't care about defensive upgrades all too much. Usually when you are very weak and the enemies can kill you quickly, then the main problem is that ranged enemies will get you. You know, they build up, you can't kill them, and you die. However, if you have a bouncing weapon, the projectiles just fly all over the map and they can't do anything. Like, they just get killed. And look at this. Super tanky enemies. Huh? Where are they tanky? They're not tanky at all. Yeah, and next up, I want to focus a little bit more on crit. Now, if you have slow damage scaling, then crit is usually a very good way to, like, improve your damage overall, because it's not affected by the slow damage scaling. I mean, sure, technically speaking, you know, since your damage is doubled, that's also affected by the damage scaling, but it's an easy way to cheese out bonus damage. And the game has a bunch of upgrades that are ridiculously good for crit chance. Like the one where you lose 1 armor but get 10% crit chance. Hello? You just increased your damage by 10% for losing 1 armor. Isn't that nuts on a character that has slow damage scaling? And there are more items like this where you buy them maybe for another reason, but they also give 4% crit, 3% crit. It's just free. So yeah, all in all, I really want to focus on crit here. We got 260, yeah, look at this, 3% crit, 7% crit, oh my god, and slingshot. So like, this is our best way right now to increase our damage. Range damage, percent damage if we get a really good one, and that is a ridiculously good shot, by the way. We just got so much bonus damage. And compare this to the last run we had, where we checked out the character for the first time. Heck, compare this to your run. It's wave 9. We enter wave 9 at negative 37% damage. Look at this. It's like we almost compensated for the entire damage debuff that was at negative 80%. I mean, okay, it's more like halfway, but it matters a lot that you increase your damage. And hey, this is a spam wave. This is where things could get spicy, where you want to have melee weapons or really good weapons to deal with the enemies, where we also, by the way, almost died the last time we did it with the ghost scepters. And now it's like, okay, where are the enemies? The only time it looks a little bit spicy is when they spawn and it takes a moment to kill them. But one thing that I learned is, do not stick too close to the enemies, because your projectiles, the bonus ones, they are not very precise, okay? In general, the character is not very precise, that is one downside, but because you shoot so many projectiles, it doesn't really matter at all, because you end up hitting the enemies either way, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer to kill them, especially like here. This tanky dude would have usually died, but the bullets didn't really hit him all too much, so yeah. That is wave 9, and we casually got 513 bonus material. Here I didn't know if I had it, but yeah, we got the damage boost, so that's great, and I think lifesteal would be a good choice. Yeah, come. It's like, it's as if I was playing there. That's amazing. Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't end up dying. And Slingshot, Gentle Alien, huge. Bowler Head is definitely worth it, because you can get so many more amazing things. And okay, this is just ridiculous. All the slingshots and the shirt is just very cheap. So yeah, you just get it for the 2% damage boost. And my goal was that I get to 100% damage. As in, we go back to 0, like the base value, pretty much that it's not reduced anymore, and maybe we'll get something like additional bounces, that was my goal, or just overall way more damage, like red items that give us range damage and stuff like this, because range damage is not reduced on this character. Now wave 10, I don't think I need to talk about this. I would even say the next wave that is very interesting is probably 11, 12, and then the boss wave, though I think 12 is boss wave, isn't it? Because unless I remember that wrong, on 11 there are the tanky guys that spawn, those that are armored, like the big chunky dudes but armored, and they will be a problem, okay? They are just ridiculously tanky. It's a huge jump that was... Oh my god, that is beautiful. Yeah, I'm just sitting here watching this, so I'm still like, yay, yay, go you, go you. That was crit for the first time, also bonus damage, that is great. The Pocket Factory, I was actually considering if that would be worth it to just get some turrets to hit the enemies, but nah, it's too expensive, you know, we don't really do a lot. Did I just lock that? Wait, how much damage do we deal? 16 with the basic one and 18 with the other one or so? I didn't quite see it because it's really small on my screen. But yeah, so here are these dudes, and I'm pretty sure there are the tanky dudes that spawn as well, right? But do you see how we just, like, we destroy them? It's so simple. Isn't this ridiculous if you compare this to another run? Like, I even tried out the SMG a couple of times, and my biggest issue was you just don't have enough damage and coverage. Like, what often happened to me was, it's possible, okay, but it's really, really difficult to do because you easily die when you focus down an enemy and it takes like 20 seconds to kill a tanky enemy. And here it's more like, if we have a tanky enemy, then we have like 3, 4, 5 more bullets that shoot around the map and kill everything else. It doesn't matter at all. I guess I confused the stage here. I thought here were the armored dudes. Aren't they? I guess not. Maybe it's on 12 together with the boss. Okay, baby elephant, perfect. Let's go for... I don't like any of these here. I want range damage or attack speed or crit. Yeah, there's range damage. Slingshot. Yeah, oh my god, this is... You take the gentle alien, Dex. Take the gentle alien. Take the gentle alien. Yeah, good boy. Slingshot, nice. So, losing 2 HP is honestly not that bad. Yes, I'm checking if I have the item already, but it's definitely worth it to just get 1.4% damage. The thing is, a single one is like, yeah, it doesn't... Oh, this one is a tough one. Because these shots here are hard to deal with, that you have to dodge them. Okay, I guess it's not a tough one. I remembered something wrong. Yeah, that's easy. And then this happens. What is a circle? This is so easy to dodge. You almost have to intentionally walk into it that you get hit by it, because all you have to do is keep walking. Like, huh? I don't even know how this really works, but yeah, there we go. 30 seconds left. Remember in the video, in the last one, we didn't even scratch the boss. And I was like, okay, maybe the next boss, and oh no, it doesn't work. Maybe the next boss, oh no, that's even worse. And here's like, yeah, the very first boss, we already kill it. I'm not too sure if we end up killing all of the bosses here. I think the next wave is a spam wave, which will be amazing for farming. And then we have another boss. And it could be that the bosses outscale me. That, like, because I have the damage reduction, the 80% damage reduction, I can't keep up with that. But isn't that ridiculous? Red item, amazing. Eee, that's disgusting. Oh, that's really bad. I could take it because I wasn't sure if I want to stick to the slingshots or not. But at this point in time, I said, oh yeah, I'll stick to the slingshots, and like, that will change, okay? When certain weapons show up, oh, the alloy is amazing. And the lure. Oh yeah, 2 additional loot aliens. I think this is the first time I used this here. Or maybe not the first time, but I was really confused because I don't think I saw them. Let's actually see if they show up. I kind of wish they showed up early on and you could just focus them down. But I don't really know when they spawn. Like, and what of those are natural spawns or not? Because I could have sworn sometimes when I took the item, I only got 1 loot alien, you know? So if you end up with 2 or 3, those could have just been natural spawns that happen and you only got 1 bonus one from the item, which is like, not so great. That was a moment where I almost died, by the way, and where it showed me, Dex, you maybe want to go for a little bit more armor. You know that you can take more than just 2 hits. So all in all, there was just a greedy decision of myself to always go for damage. Like even the 1.4% damage for minus 2 HP obviously didn't make me any tankier here that we can deal with enemies. Though to be fair, the major issue is that I keep walking around to gather all the material, which you want to do, but I keep walking into enemies, you know, so... You just gotta be more careful. The HP is worth a lot here, I should take that. Good, this is huge as well. And I think I just want to have armor here. Yeah, hunting trophy. Isn't that amazing? We have 25% chance crit, so that will be a nice bonus. And we have another red slingshot and the broken mouth and the mutation. Oh, the armor is good. I don't think I have that so far, right? Dex, you go for the armor, right? Yes, good one. We have 5 armor now. We just had 3 in the last wave. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big problem, because look at this. This is now a really tough wave that I was talking about, you know, where you get into mid to late game, and if you don't have enough damage, the ranged enemies, or not enough reach, I should say, the ranged enemies start building up, and at the end of the wave, you have like 30 of them shooting at you, and it's impossible to dodge. Does it matter? Does it matter at all? No, it doesn't. We just kill all of those! Isn't this amazing? The thing is, if you did runs with a character and then you compared it with another weapon and suddenly it's like, we had no special luck. We had no super duper crazy luck. I would say with the weapons that we got, it's maybe slightly above average that we have 3 red slingshots here. But this is also not that uncommon given the amount of material we got, which allows us to roll a lot more, right? And the slingshot is also a very cheap weapon, so it's not surprising that we managed to buy a lot of those. Like, if we wanted to do this with a more expensive weapon, this wouldn't have happened. That's beautiful. We are almost even with our damage, by the way. And maybe I should have... Yeah, I mean, so this was the moment where I was like, okay, like, I really want to go for the slingshot stuff, you know? But like, that's a nuclear launcher. I can't say no to that. Come, don't reroll, just go. Actually, the ritual would be good. It's 1.2. Yeah, okay. I guess the ritual would be good, Dex. That's great that you took that. That's amazing. But here we have a spam wave, okay? And that it's a big one. This is so much money that we'll get. I think at the end of the wave, my guess right now is 850-ish, I would say. And before you say, yeah, you played this game, you obviously know it. Listen, I don't remember every single detail about the run, okay? Oh, wow. They are overwhelming me. Are they, though? No, I think they're just, like, running around a lot. Yeah, okay, so you can see this again. The main issue that I mentioned earlier is the enemies spawn and take a moment to die, and I keep walking through them as if I had melee weapons, because I feel like loud right now. With melee weapons, you can just walk through enemy spawns and kill them the moment they spawn, but with a weapon like this here that also bounces a lot, this doesn't work. Okay, I was kind of off. I think we have some harvesting, so it will be more, but 850 was actually, wow, that was quite on point. Whoa, okay, let's not count the harvesting, okay? Let's not count the harvesting. The 850 was very much on point. What do we go for here? The damage is not worth it, no. Dex, not the damage. You can get a purple one. Yeah, luck is actually good. Yeah, luck is fine. Arm or crit, yeah. Did you see how... I don't know if you noticed that, but while I was saying, oh yeah, armor, you know, also in the game I went over to the armor, and then I noticed a crit while, like, watching this, and also in the game I went over to the crit as if I was playing. It's just so hilarious to me, because obviously it's my mind, but, you know, thinking exactly the same thing twice is hilarious. Oh... So wave 16, we can compare the wave now, by the way. So last time we got 850, right? And we don't count harvesting because it goes up every single round. So let's see how much we get on a non-horde wave. That is why usually, like why I always say horde waves amazing. If you play loud, you want to have 2 horde waves early on, because you get so much attack speed out of that, and material as well as crates, because more enemies spawn, so you have higher chances. But yeah, what is so insane about the nuclear launcher and the bazooka? Like, why am I such a big fan of those? They have AoE attacks that get triple shot, okay? They all explode, and if we get bouncing, they could still bounce, but we naturally have piercing, meaning we will go through the first enemy and it explodes on hit, and then it can explode again, right? It can hit another enemy. If you follow, yeah, 766 after harvesting, that's way lower. That's like nothing. This is worth it, yeah. Luck is always good, because now I'm on the greedy route. I start taking way more luck because you get more boxes, more loot boxes, and you also get better items in the shop, but also the boxes that you get from the enemies that get dropped, they will have better items in them, so you can start stacking up a lot of red ones. Here I have to constantly check whether whether or not I have these things. I don't think I have either of those, right? Yeah, 12% damage, by the way. Isn't that good? More trees, rocket launcher. The ring is not worth it, Dex, no. And the 40% experience gain, honestly, I would usually go for it, and maybe I will even get it. But I don't think it's worth it because we don't... Are you locking that, actually? Why would you lock that? There are not many waves left. That's so not worth it, and we'll not play on endless. Like, I will just die on wave 21. Yes, I keep forgetting to turn it off. The thing is, sometimes I want to go for endless because something unexpected and crazy happens, and then I can't turn it on again, you know. But if I just keep it on and then quit if I don't want to continue, that's a lot easier. Okay, it's not the same satisfying level because you don't finish the wave after you kill the boss, but I think it's a better solution. And yeah, again, very fast boss kill. The combination of explosions and the bouncing shots is crazy because you just wipe out the masses, the weak enemies, with the explosions, and then the bouncing projectiles of the slingshot, they take care of the strong enemies. This is such a beautiful mix of just, yeah, kill everything, okay? Kill everything. Sure, just go at it. What do we get? That's torture. Snail, sure. I mean, it's always a little bit nice to have that. And range damage is not a sniper gun. Like... This is pretty much the last time we also went into endless. We had exactly the same stuff, except I think we had a minigun, right? Which is kind of funny and good that I didn't buy that. At least I used my brain here. Was kind of hoping for an anvil. This is good. Damage against bosses, we don't need that. I took it because, yeah, again, the plan is we finish at wave 20. But it would have been kind of nice. But otherwise, I don't think I would have ever taken it. Well, I guess it's cheap, right? Yeah, it's cheap and you get 25% bonus damage against elites. The thing is, usually when you require... What are you looking at? The amount of projectiles, I think. Yeah, we shoot out 5 projectiles. So, right now, we shoot 3 of those projectiles with the sniper gun, which then splits up into 5 each, but it's, I'm pretty sure it's 15 each. Like, I think those 5 also get tripled. That means we shoot out 3 into 3 times 15, 48 bullets at once. Which is crazy, if that's how it works. If that's not how it works, then we shoot out 18. I don't know, 3 and then 5 times 3. So, was there a point ever where you thought this is a tough run? There were only 2 moments where I almost died, but again, my fault, because I play a little bit too risky. The best way of doing it would just be stand still in the middle and do nothing at all, and then collect the material in the last 10 seconds. But let's be honest, I can't do that, okay? I get way too bored if I do that, and then I do stupid things. We don't need to move around because we wipe out all the enemies. But if I'm, for example, top right and I walk around and then enemies spawn on the bottom left that have ranged attacks, and that's a problem because they don't really often get killed, like not always. This is so annoying that you have to keep checking whether you have something or not. And I don't have this. Take it. Take it. Take it. Yeah, okay, good. I actually wasn't sure if I had that or not. Look at our stats! Look at our stats! This character started with negative 80% damage, and you only have 1/5 of the damage scaling, and we are just going bonkers. Isn't this insane? I absolutely love this. So it's a little bit hard for me, even just like watching this, to see the damage numbers. Where are the hundreds coming from? I think that's slingshots, right? Yeah, okay. The sniper rifle also has a huge amount of damage. It's so good because the additional projectiles, they don't deal a lot of damage. They have like 13 damage or so and get increased by range, but hell, I'm not gonna get any range here. But it's ridiculously good because I'm pretty sure it applies lifesteal, and you just kill. You just kill. You have so much going on. Like, look at the purple shots. Look at when it hits an enemy. The thing is, most of the times an enemy dies when we hit it with the first shot, so not multiples can explode. But especially once we get to bosses on the next wave, on wave 20, okay? Check out the purple shots. You will see so many of them. And yeah, they get tripled. I'm pretty sure they get tripled. Maybe, possibly. This is a little bit of bonus damage, take it. Just nerf the damage of the sniper gun, by the way. Tentacle is huge. That is nice. Okay, and wings, I mean, it's a nice support. We had so much money here, we can just buy whatever we want. That is kind of worth it, but we lose damage, but yeah, let's take it. It's so funny for me to watch this because, like, the way I do things there and how long it takes me to decide on something. Take the trophy, come. It's a little bit more money. Just do it. Well, we end the run, it's not worth it. Yeah, it's okay. I like how I still go back to it. I'm so greedy. The wave is literally over, and I just want to see numbers go up. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, can you focus on this one? I want to see if it multi-explodes. So how many purple explosions do we see there? I don't think they get... Okay, or do they get multiplied? I don't think they get multiplied. I think what happens is they just pierce sometimes, and then they double hit both bosses. But do you see the damage that we have here? Yeah, so I think the projectiles of the sniper gun itself get multiplied. Obviously, you have 3, but those 5 that spawn out of it, they don't get multiplied. It's just that 3 of these projectiles hit them, and then you have 3 times 5. I think that's what happens here. Not 100% sure on that, but I think that's what happens here. Wasn't this an easy wave 20? Yeah, I would say so. And there's the end of it. Look at the red items that we got. We got a scared sausage potato, of course, and a gnome. Wow, great. Yeah, I took it because... Oh, the fairy. Hey, no, I know I'm showing off the stuff that you can see the damage numbers and things like this, and then the items. Yeah, what is the fairy? 1 HP regeneration. Right, that is an insane one. That is ridiculously good. Okay, well, it's time to say goodbye. I think I just walk into the enemies to die here. Do you see how long it still takes to die? But that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See you the next time.